back, obviously, with another video. Today, I wanted to talk about focus and the basics of just kind of the basics of what you need to do. The basics to self-improvement, your 101 basic guide of how to start improving on yourself. And I'm not just going to give you, this is what you need to do. I'm going to give you actionable steps on how to actually include this in your life. So if you're new to self-improvement and you don't really know where to start, then this video is going to be great for you, because I'm going to cover what self-improvement is and then some basic things you can implement to get yourself started. So self-improvement is, in its own name, it is improving yourself. It is making yourself better day by day by changing small things, big things, large aspects of your life, all down to the finest detail, almost in some cases completely reinventing yourself into the person you want to become. So to get started, there are lots of different things you can look at with this. There's exercise, there's habits, there's routines. There are so many different things you can look at, different ways you can think of self-improvement. There's like looks maxing and there's tons of different things. So, but self-improvement in itself, I believe, its very base meaning is, as I said, improving upon yourself, but that means improving the main areas of your life. So your physical fitness and your health, that's one category. Your financial situation, and then your mental health, I'd say, is the next one. So those three go across the board. You could maybe add relationships into there as well, but I believe as it's self-improvement, relationships is more improving yourself within others, but I'd say that's for a different video. But these three topics, so you've got physical and like physical health and fitness, you've got mental health and mental fitness, and then you've got financial side of things. Financial side of things is literally just becoming financially free. It's very simple, just making more money from yourself. How you can do that, literally this will take 30 seconds for me to explain. Join the network, start doing remote sales, done. Simple as that. Give it a few months, you'll be making some money. If you do it right, it could take even less than that. If you do it wrong, if you don't bother joining network, it could take ages. Good ones, Money Dojo, Affinity Sales. Simple, done. Physical health and fitness. So physical fitness, that comes from, so obviously pursuing some form of sport, physical activity. That could be cardiovascular, so it could be lots of running. It could be weightlifting for like strength and size. You could be doing weightlifting, and that could be like bodybuilding style or powerlifting style. Or you could be doing like a combat sport, so boxing or Muay Thai or kickboxing or MMA. So there are tons of different avenues you can go down here for your physical health and well-being. I'd say a good mix would be a combat sport, weight training, and then on top of that, doing some form of cardio or just doing more cardio with your combat sport. So the combat sport, this is very important as a man, which I've covered previously, the importance of being able to fight and knowing how to fight, so you have the ability to protect you, the people you care about. And it's not necessarily about showing off that power constantly. It's not about using that power to intimidate people and to be scary, but it's about having that ability so that when you need it, it is there. But with learning how to fight, with learning how to hurt someone, you learn the value of how important it is to not hurt people. You see the other side of the coin. That's one of the main things I learned when I did boxing, Muay Thai, is yes, I could now properly hurt someone, but I see that I flip it on his back, and a lot of people, they realise that it's very dangerous and you've got to be very careful, and getting into a situation with a fight with someone is probably the worst situation you can be in, because even if you know how to fight, you're still at risk because you could get them really badly hurt and then get in trouble for that. But anyway, so physical fitness and health and well-being. Training, I'd say, as I said, cardio, combat sports, weight training. Get as kind of big as possible while still being reasonably fit and being able to fight. Simple as that. Then we go on to physical health. I'd say this now is more of your biohacking, your diet, all those other things. So biohacking, like your routines that you can do. So to start off the day, breath work is very good. Oxygenating. I don't know. Oxidizing? I don't know. But getting oxygen to everywhere in the body, to the brain, to wake yourself up early morning. That's really good for you. So I normally do a cold shower for 3-5 minutes, get out, and then I do my 10 minutes of breath work. And that's using a technique called box breathing, which is 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, hold for 4 seconds, and repeat that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Simple. So those are 2 examples. So cold exposure, great benefits from that. I'd say sauna is definitely more beneficial. Like the benefits, if you get the benefits from cold exposure and the benefits of sauna, I'd say the benefits from sauna, there's definitely more of them. It's more impactful. But if you don't have access to a sauna, just do cold exposure. But if you can, do both. As I said, breath work, getting oxygen to the rest of the body, waking yourself up for the rest of the day. Doing regular cardio, I mentioned that in fitness, in the fitness aspect, but actually doing regular cardio is very important for just kind of your well-being as well, helping your body learn to open and close blood vessels effectively and efficiently, transfer blood, and it clears out a lot of the waste products that have been created over time from you exercising. Let's think about this now. So food and sleep, that'd be the next. So food, I think I've done a video on food previously, but just staying away from processed foods, seed oils. I would recommend personally a low carbohydrate, high fat, high protein diet. Carbohydrates consisting of coming from mainly fruit and minimal vegetables, and then protein and fats coming from meats and dairy products, or animal products in general, because eggs included. Personally, what I'm doing at the minute is a lot of beef, a lot of fruit. No eggs, no dairy, minimal cheese. That obviously is dairy, but that's what's been making me feel best recently. So, and then there's sleep as well for health. Getting 8 hours a night is, I'd say, bare minimum. I'd say you need at least 8.5 hours in bed for optimal progression and optimal health and fitness. But I'd say if you can get it up to 9.5 hours in bed, that's really where you want to be. That's when you'll start seeing the best results and best effects of getting a good night's sleep. Yeah, I think that does cover most things, because it was, so we've done the physical health, so training and physical health, so training, then we've also done the diet and like the biohacking side of things. Now we'll go on to the mental strength, mental endurance, mental fortitude side of things. So developing your mental fitness is, I'd say, the third, but one of the, if not the most important aspect of self-improvement. Becoming a mentally strong person, a mentally strong man, a knowledgeable person, and an interesting person is vital. So habits that you can do very simply for this: meditation, reading, listening to podcasts, and doing difficult tasks, doing things that you do not want to do, and doing them consistently. There's a quote, and it gets easier every day. It gets a little bit easier, but you've got to show up every day. That's the hard part. So that's kind of quoting discipline. It's describing discipline there. You've got to continue working at something, and eventually it does get easy. Like going to the gym now, not difficult for me. It's just a part of my day. A year, 3 years ago, would have been, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. Oh, gym, ugh, don't want to go. Now I love it. It's brilliant. So eventually it will come to a point where you love doing it, or it's just a part of your day, you can't do without it. You almost feel strange when you haven't done it. You're like, I've missed something today. Oh, I didn't go to the gym. That's what it was. That's how it ends up being. Reading books. I'd say reading non-fiction books, self-improvement books, books about human psychology, about habit, and around any topic that you are interested in and interested in learning about. Let's say it's something to do with your business. So, for example, I read a lot of sales books, I read a lot of human psychology books, and I read a lot of habit books because that's what interests me. I've done a couple of like history books, things like Meditations, Marcus Aurelius, and what's its name? Sapiens as well. That was it. Yeah, that's another good book. But building up your mental fortitude is very important, your mental strength. So by doing difficult things daily, you are strengthening, I think as David Goggins says, you're strengthening the calluses. You're building calluses on your mind. And a callus is the dead skin on your hand from weightlifting. I've got them here. You can see those. And those calluses, they come in and they toughen up your skin. They make your hands harder. So if you have stronger hands, if you have bigger calluses, you have stronger hands, you have tougher hands. And imagine you had a tougher brain in the way of not physically like, oh, my brain's solid now, you can't break it, but as in my mentality is solid. I do everything I say I'm going to do. I'm going to do this, blah, 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 blah. You don't avoid tasks. You don't avoid confrontation. You're mentally switched on all the time. It's very like that. So developing your knowledge in the areas that you're interested in, developing your knowledge in areas that will help you continually improve, developing discipline, taking care of your body, of your mind, and structuring your day is a very important part as well. Just setting out what you're going to do tomorrow, the night before, giving yourself a set few tasks that you have to do is a brilliant way to start the day. But alright guys, enough from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.